Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to Let's Play .hack GU Volume 2. This is Some Type of Artist, and this is the finale of .hack GU Volume 2. This is Some Type of Artist. Oh, man, it feels like it's gone on a little bit longer than Volume 1, but to be fair, we did have, like, those bike missions and, you know, some other minor things to do. But, so it's around the same time as the first game. Man, though, it's like, I don't know, I still feel like I'm just, like, recording these, like, for the first time. It's, like, kind of, like, hard to believe I've been doing this for, like, I guess I've just been uploading for, like, the past few months, but, like, still, I don't know. It still feels like I've just started it, I guess.
At long last, I'll get to fight Ovan. I mean, Tri-Edge. I'd better start making preparations for the battle.
Yeah, this is like one of those times where like Haseo will like... I don't know. It's like for a little bit they like start to call Ovan Tri-Edge, but then they just kind of resort back to Ovan. This area though, well not this area, the one we were just at, it's kind of weird. That was the area where they like went to, and they actually had all those data seeds, and this was like the warp that brought them to the area where Ovan went to fight not fight anything, but where he thought the Key of the Twilight was. I don't know, maybe this Lost Ground is like the place they went to, because like they were fighting a whole bunch of the Twilight Brigade was fighting Tan in Kasha Bajar, and then they warped up somewhere that looked a little more similar to Kasha Bajar than here, but maybe this is that place. And Ovan went up these doors here. He was the only one while like Haseo and everybody else like fought off the Tan members. And Ovan even like makes like mention of it too in here. He like alludes to it, but I don't know. Like, this was, like, an example of, like, something that, like, was a good callback to Roots, but, like, you didn't really need, like, to know much about what happened, because, like, who cares? Like, it doesn't really have much of an effect on the story at hand at all. But, we're here, Ovan. We're here to fight. Don't know why we couldn't have done this back at the other one, but I'm here.
Come to think of it, everything may have begun spinning out of control from this place.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about when he says that.
Think so, Haseo? But there is no going back now. After all, the entire life I've given to the world was all for this day.
You were the one who PK'd Shino?
Yes. Furthermore, I am also the one who drew in Sakaki, and the one who gave him Ida.
Oh, like that's...
Why would you do that?
I hate how, like, Ovan, like, follows up the PKing of Shino with that, because I don't know. I kind of feel like the thing with Shino kind of mattered, like, significantly more to Haseo than the thing with Sakaki.
To make you grow up strong.
What? Why?
Just for something like that?
Yeah, that's stupid, Ovan.
Something like this? That's not it, Haseo. Everything was part of a necessary process.
I can promise you that it wasn't.
Thanks to you, Shino, and Arcade, and...
Yeah, my waifu, man.
Emily. You'll pay for this. You will.
I promise you. Revenge! I'd like to see, like, how Ovan closes up his arm again. But here we go, guys. Last battle is against Ovan. I'm sure you all saw this coming, but I tried not to spoil it just in case. Like I mentioned in the previous episode, I had originally lost to Ovan because I was kind of under-leveled, so I went off screen and I leveled up about 10 levels, and now it's kind of like, wow, we're taking him down really easily. So, you know, do a little bit of extra leveling up, maybe like one area, but I don't know. Like, I don't know, late 80s would be okay, but for original .hack fans that haven't played GU, Ovan is kind of like Kubia. He has, what are they called here? Like, neighbors? I think one of them is called a restore neighbor, but those spheres he brings out, they're like the Gamoras that Kubia summons. Like, some of them will attack you normally, and some of them will summon magic on you, and some of them will heal you. And that's like the big problem I had with Ovan in the first place, because like when the healing ones get out, they really start to like heal them up fast if you can't keep up with damage. And with the damage that I was dishing out. Haseo, only you! Oh man, why did I talk over that? That was so good. But like, yeah, neighbors, I guess they're called. I don't know, but like, you should go after the restore ones as soon as they're out. Like, stop everything you're doing, because when they start healing Ovan, it can kind of like add up fast. Other than that, Ovan just kind of like stands there and takes it. He does some big attacks, like, every now and then, but, like, I don't know. As long as you're leveled up, like everything else in GU, it's not too bad. I just happened to not be leveled up at the time. He does do this one, like, attack that's... God, here we go again, making more Sonic references, but it's like in Sonic Adventure 2, when Eggman and Tails fight each other for the last time, and one of them will do that, like, major... like Kamehameha attack and like spinning around the room. Ovan's doing it right now, but he's like, it's you can't see it because I don't have the camera facing it. He does that with his gun, basically. But that's the only other like big attack I'd worry about. He has that one like where like the little cutscene happens and he like does like his special attack against Haseo, but. Haseo, only you, and the way he just snaps his head to like the side. It may not make much sense now, but like in Volume 3, he really starts to lay on the "become stronger so you can destroy me, Haseo."
He's controlling Ida?
Controlling? No.
Go on.
Let's just say we understand each other. Ida and I are dangerous friends. And so... now, Haseo. Become strong. Surpass your limits. And then... kill me.
God, it's an online game, dude. What? You? You were the last epitaph user? Oh my... What? I am so surprised!
You were an epitaph user?
Yes, of course he is. What other character in this game could have been the last one? In fact, I'm sure anyone watching this for the first time could probably piece together who the fourth phase one is too. I won't spoil it just because I'm just such a nice guy like that. But, yep. Our last fight is against Corbenik. Corbenik is also the last phase in the GU games. It is the last boss and it has 3 forms. It is nothing like this fight at all. This game's version of Corbenik is all about looking like Ovan. If the Ida, ridiculous Halloween Town Ida arm wasn't enough. to tip you off that it's nothing like the original games. And you know what? I really don't think there's much in common with Ovan and Corbenik other than, like, the Rebirth, and... because that's what Corbenik's title is, it's the Rebirth. I mean, kind of a spoiler, but I guess not really. Well, no, it kind of is. I mean, let's just say Ovan's, you know... I don't know. Ovan's got a gray side to why he's doing things, and he's not a complete bad guy. In fact, I would say Volume 3 really romanticizes him up to being like a martyr, but he's trying to do like a rebirth of sorts. We'll see how that goes, and I'll have... I don't know, I won't have as much to say about the rebirth, but like, I mentioned this before, I do have a lot of things to mention about Volume 3 and the way it takes its story, but the original games was actually, like... This is where it was, like... Well, no. What do I want to say, really? The original series, it was, like, just like a normal phase fight, and then it, like, got this absolute defense over it that had, like... You couldn't harm it with physical or magical attacks, and then a story cutscene happened, and everyone that fell into a coma in the real world from playing the game, came back, and their avatars, or not their avatars, but like their player characters all came back and attacked it, and like shattered that shield. And one of them was Sora, the person that was supposed to be Haseo, that I still have yet to see any proof of in the games itself. It just really seems to be like another... you know, supplemental reading material for GU that, like, says this, that kind of feels phoned in, but whatever. I'm not gonna complain about it here. And then you went to go fight the final form of it, too. So, yeah, I don't know, Corbenik, it's a final boss. Yeah, I used to get a real kick out of that. Surpass me! It's just, his voice actor is just, like, so into it when he does it. Like, I forget who plays him. I think it's Jameson Pierce, but I've been a big fan of his voiceover work. And Ovan was actually my first introduction to him, too. So, like, he can do, like, that quiet guy altogether, and he can do, like, the, like, Haseo thing really well, too. But, like, it's still over the top enough for me to be like, come on, man, what the hell? But it's not, like, a voice acting problem. It's just, like, a dialogue written problem. But, yeah, we're almost done. It's not nearly as satisfying as an ending of... Well, I'll talk about... We saw the ending to actually watch, so I'll talk about that during the credits, but, yeah, we're almost done here. It's not as, you know... I guess I can say up front, it's not as, you know, satisfying to fight him as it was fighting Tri-Edge and the Azure Flame God at the end of Volume 1. But I don't know, I guess, like, it's because the reveal that Ovan was Tri-Edge is just, like... You know, even though I know it now, when I'm playing the game, it's still, like, fresh in my mind as, like, the climax of the story. In fact, that's an interesting thing I can talk about. Well, now we're going to a cutscene, but I'll get to that, too, because we have a lot of credits to watch as well, so I'll have stuff to talk about. There, Ovan. I defeated you. Sorry about that. Just to close my window. I hear noise coming through, and I don't want to...
This isn't the death I've been wishing for.
The death.
It was too soon, after all.
After chasing down Tri-Edge for all this time,
Congratulations, Haseo.
Yada! Were you there the whole time? Why are you here at all? Your perfectly legs touching each other until you're standing so upright.
Even after having your dearest wish granted.
I don't see Shino.
Dearest wish? This?
Is it not? The truth you sought so long after is now firmly within your hands.
The truth, huh? Do you think that Shino and Alcade, the Lost Ones, were able to return to the real world?
All you have done thus far is manage to PK Tri-Edge. You have merely caught a tiny glimpse of Tri-Edge's truth. Did you really think that would be enough to save the girls?
I said the same thing when not only when we first started, but this entire time.
Now you understand.
You can't save lives just by merely playing a video game.
What you lost will return.
Well, I guess if you're doing Extra Life or something like that.
It will only serve as mere information. If you do not guess at the entirety, it will be impossible to rescue the Lost Ones. That is why we must find out precisely what Ida is and how it works. In order to finally know all the facts, the truth of what has happened in this world.
My fight is over. But then, what's really changed since I began? In the end, I wasn't able to save anyone. I'm tired. Shino. I'm done. For now, I just want to go back to the real world and rest.
And I gotta hand it here, I do have sympathy for Haseo in this situation. Like, he was a total ass about it the entire time, but, like, he was trying very hard to do something that he honestly believed would, work out in the end, and then that bombshell with Ovan showed up, and it was like nothing changed. It was all useless. So I criticized Yuri Lowenthal's voice acting before, but like when he was doing something like that, I kind of feel like he was making his points around about being fatigued pretty well. But anyway, so we're not quite done yet. There is Volume 2 does something weird where it like plays part of the credits now, and then you have to go and do something else, and then it plays the other part of the credits afterwards. I'm really not quite sure why it does this at all, but we're not quite done with the story just yet. It's so weird that it does this at all. But, what was, I completely forgot what I was talking about earlier, and I was gonna talk about something, and I just completely forgot. Oh, the stupid lawn guys were coming around again, like, for like the third time this week. Like, I don't know why they just don't all do this all in one day. It's so frustrating, because it's not like they have a schedule either. So I just saved what audio I had, and I came back a little later. Oh, where are we now? Is that Taihaku? Oh, because, we gotta be in the arena for a third time, so this is what happens to Taihaku.
I don't recall inviting guests to visit.
And now we have another infected emperor to deal with, but we'll... You know what, I don't even really think it matters all that much. Like, Taihaku is, like, the least of your worries in the new tournament you'll be doing in Volume 3, but first, let's check our mail. It's from Adelie to Haseo. How are you, Haseo? Are you okay with everything that's happened recently? I'm doing okay. At least, I think I am. These days, I often feel like I only just met you yesterday. Perhaps it's because so many things have happened since then. The days have just been going by so quickly. A lot's happened for you too, I know. Shino, and Alcade, and the fact that Ovan was actually Tri-Edge. It's almost like too much has happened all at once for me to really take it all in, but that's no good, so I will become stronger. I also have a request to make. I would like to talk to you. I would like to talk to you about the things that have happened, the things that will happen, and the things that are happening now. I may not be able to convey what I want to say very well. I may make a stupid mistake yet again. But even so, I would like to talk to you, because now I think I can be more open than I was before. So, I hope we can meet and talk, just the two of us. I'll be waiting for you at Delta Hidden Forbidden Holy Ground. I thought that was a nice email. I wanted to do a nice reading of a nice email.
Adelie. She must be feeling pretty insecure without Sakaki. Delta Hidden Forbidden Holy Ground. The Hulgron's Cathedral. Alright. I'll go.
Alright, so we gotta go to Makanu one last time to, kind of just deal with... Well, I shouldn't say deal with... Like, I don't know. This cutscene coming up is so stupid, and I used to think it was so cool, too. But it's just like... It's a waste of time, you know? It's like... They could have just skipped all of this part and just, like, had this as part of the ending. Or, I don't know, I don't even mind doing this, it still just baffles me. Like, why did they start playing the credits and then, like, stop, like, a minute or two in, just to have you do this before they started playing the rest of the credits? It's just, I don't know, it's weird, man. We gotta go all the way down. I missed that about the original series, where it just, like, popped up at the top of your list. But I haven't been here in a while. I mean, you don't ever really visit Lost Grounds multiple times, except for a few certain circumstances, but you do return to Hulgron's Cathedral enough to, like, you know, make it noted that it is, like, a place to remember and come back to. It's also a very iconic place in the original Dot Hack generation, too, so... But we're here, Adelie. What is it you'd like to talk about? Will Haseo just completely slap you again for sharing your concerns? What's up, Adelie? There used to be a statue of a girl here. No.
Thanks for coming. I appreciate it.
No problem, Adelie. Haseo can't say nice things because he's Haseo, so I'll say it instead.
Did something happen?
Am I not allowed to see you without a reason?
Come on.
Yeah, seriously.
That's not what I mean.
I see there's a Tri-Edge sign here too.
Yup. Go on.
This is the place where Shino was PK'd by Ovan. This sign formed here. And then she fell into a coma.
Nice focus on Adelie's boobs, by the way. Like, perfect.
After
So
fighting
glad we
Ovan,
have that close up.
I went to see Shino in the hospital. But she was no better than she was before.
Haseo.
Man, I sure wish something exciting would happen. There's a whole lot of nothing going on right now.
Haseo, I want to say...
What's wrong? What are you two doing alone in the church like this?
Become stronger, Haseo. Strong enough to destroy me.
I did this game for my very first time as a teenager. Ugh. I thought that was a really, really badass moment there. But now I'm just like... super, super creepy. Like, just to, like, be talking with somebody, and then, like, without warning, there's this guy, like, up close to your ear and your face, and he's got his hand on you, and he's like, become stronger, Haseo. Strong enough to destroy me! It's so good. It's so freaking good. And now we're back to credits. Okay, that was the end. I I can't get over it. It's so funny. I'm sorry to kill the mood. I know, I'm horrible or whatever. I don't care. It's just like that no respect for personal space at the very end there. But, that's it. That's Volume 2. I feel like... You know, I don't know. It's still, you know, tied for my favorite volume with this and 1. But, you know, as, like, the middle grounds of a trilogy, I feel like it doesn't really, like... I don't know, middles of trilogies have always been kind of weird for me, because I feel like nothing significant really happens. Like, that first one always has, like, you know, the, I don't even know how I want to explain it. I don't even want to try, really. I feel like stuff happened in this game, but at the same time, it didn't. I mean, all that stuff with Alcade was really cool. The stuff with Azure Balmonk and Azure Orca was really cool. The reveal with Ovan was really cool. But, like, at the end of the day, like, we just have, like, more questions that are just kind of, like, topped on other questions. Like, we still don't know what Ida is. We don't know why Ovan was doing what it was doing, because, like, it can't be just, like, and I've already said it's not just, like, you know, a black and white villain situation there. This is a little more of a complex problem, but I mean, it's not so as complex to make Ovan go through his ridiculous process of all of this. It's so overdramatic. It literally hurts. Like, it pisses me off almost as much as Haseo does for the entirety of the Let's Play. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, there was stuff I want to talk about during the credits, and I completely forgot all of it, so sorry if you were waiting on that. But, next time in Volume 3, we'll, man, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to, like, just set it up so it's like Volume 3 is like this piece of trash that shouldn't even be given the time of day, but there is a lot in Volume 3 that just makes me so mad, and I know that shouldn't be, like, a surprise at this point in the Let's Play, but, like, .hack GU does a really good job about, like, building things up, but I feel like it doesn't do a good job about, like, for the actual payoff. Like, all of the intros to this and, like, the next episode segments that are at the end of Volume 1 and 2 are really good, and it gets me, like, legit excited to go on, but then, like, when actually playing the game, it's, like, not nearly as exciting, and, I don't know, I guess we'll get to that if we get to that. If you're still watching at this point, I guess, at the very least, there's some entertaining reaction moments from me, or whatever, but, like, I don't know. If I wasn't, like, if I let myself and I wanted to just replay these again, I'd probably stop after Volume 2, because I feel like Volume 3 just isn't really worth it at this point. I'm usually burnt out of the GU series by this point in time, and like the third game is just like whatever. But yeah, I'm sorry. In the back of my head, I'm still trying to think of the things I was gonna say. Those stupid long guys, man. They just like they trip me up and they made me like completely lose my train of thought. They're like right outside my window. I really miss having my room on a second floor. Like I really do. It's like when someone's outside your window, it's so obnoxious. And the houses in this neighborhood are like right on top of each other. But that's just, that's just my own personal problems. But so overall, as like a recap, things I liked about this game that they did differently from Volume 1. I like the extra broadsword movements. I know we haven't really been using the broadsword too much, but like to be able to walk around while charging it was like a really big help. It made using the broadsword a little more fun. Crimson Versus is an interesting distraction. If I wasn't doing the Let's Play, I might have like dived a little deeper into it, but I wanted to kind of keep the pace up, and it's just a distraction from the main game. Not that this is a bad thing or anything. I don't mean it as in like a bad way, but I really don't feel like it's worth doing if you're going for like 100%. I don't even remember if it gets you anything specific to use in the game. It probably does. I can't imagine it like not having some kind of reward, but I can't for the life of me remember what it was. I like Haseo's Terror of Death form because you get to use all of those weapons at once. Not at once, but like switching between weapons makes battles a lot more fun and a lot easier to like. It adds a lot more variety to the battles too. I like the bike missions a lot. That was something I was kind of surprised that I enjoyed so much. But I guess because they're so short, it was easier to just keep practicing them over and over and over again. And I thought the rewards you got were pretty cool too. It was nothing like game saving, but like it did help having some top tier healing items and some pretty rare customizable items you can do. Although that kind of gets like the customizable attack items anyway kind of get like. No, it's like, what's the point of them once you get the lost weapons? Because, like, you're probably just gonna stick with the lost weapons the whole time. Lost weapons were something I could kind of, like, do without, to be honest, because it feels, like, too out of place in .hack GU. Like, it literally, I said it before, but it literally feels like something you'd see out of Final Fantasy. Just like a random place for chosen heroes to receive the ultimate weapons, and you have to like present special things to like unlock them or whatever. Like I would have rather kept using weapons I found, especially because we don't get a lot of different types of scythes once you unlock scythes for your character. So, like, you never really get to see, like, the chainsaw scythe or anything unless you just don't want to use the lost weapon. But, like, the lost weapons do have great perks in their defense. They do have great abilities that I feel kind of outweigh the disadvantage of not being able to customize that weapon anymore. And I guess for Haseo, you still have the broadsword and the twin blades to customize too. So it's not really that big of a deal, but, for other characters, you got 6 other characters that have lost weapons too, and you're probably going to be using those in the game. If you're not forced to, then you're probably going to want to. But I mean, overall, I think GU Volume 2 brought a lot of good, improved gameplay things. I guess in the end, nothing's so different to like warrant going out and playing Volume 2 if you played Volume 1 and you didn't like it, but whatever. Next time on Let's Play .hack GU Volume 3.
A goddess that exists in the world.
A goddess? The final episode, everybody!
Shall you and I play a game?
That sounds like Sakaki. Judge Haseo. Yada's freaking out there.
What is it you want?
The last resort. No, I guess this was the only resort right from the start.
Ovan, is this it? Is this what you wanted the whole time?
I know.
Haseo's just as annoyed about Ovan's goal as I am.
I won't go back. I won't go back to being the terror of death. isn't decided on the whim of some goddess. The worst thing.
All we can do is not run away.
An extension that surpasses the system.
Oh man, Haseo's stupid fucking last form. His X form. Oh my god, I hate Haseo's final form so much.
You resemble
Love.
What does a honeysuckle represent?
Hate.
I'll destroy that Haseo bastard!
I want to do my best.
Despair.
You see the path, Haseo.
All the feelings I've carved deep into the world are going into this one attack.
See? So exciting, but like, whatever.
Ovan, I won't run.
Oh,
I will finish this once and for all.
good on you, Haseo. Well, guys, that's it for Volume 2. I got a few bonus episodes coming up, so stay tuned if you want to see rest of the Lost Weapons and whatever became of that Serenosis quest. Fans of the original series that haven't played GU might be in for a nice surprise about what that bonus boss is. But guys, if you've been watching for who knows how long, thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate you taking the time to watch these. I know they're not always like the most entertaining thing to watch. I know I kind of grasp at straws to find commentary sometimes, but what can I say? It's a .act GU, as many problems as I have with it, it is a game that is still, you know, important to me, for better or for worse. Important of part of my I don't know, I don't want to be as dramatic as saying my past, but well, it was something really important at a certain time in my life, so even if it doesn't hold its same value now, it is still, I do still like that I can actually share some of my, thoughts on all of it with, you know, whoever may be watching. So, see you in some bonus episodes. If you're not going to stick around for those, we will see you in Volume 3. And, you know, I've said it a million times before, but damn, do I have, complaints about Volume 3. So, see you guys later. Have a good one.